I know. I just did a style swap Monday, but I couldn't help myself. I had so much fun with Monday's one that I felt the need to do a Wednesday one as well. So for anyone who doesn't know, this is supposed to be KwikDraw 35. Now, I think it was 2 weeks ago, he did like a self-portrait drawing for reaching 100,000 subscribers. And my plan was not to draw him. My plan was to take the drawing that he did of himself and kind of put my own style on that drawing, not on the picture that he based his drawing off of, if that makes sense, if you know what I'm talking about. So I'm not basing this off of the picture of him, I'm basing it off of the drawing of the picture of him. So I think we both have pretty cartoony styles, just different styles of cartoon. Also, I don't really draw bodies a lot. It's not really my thing. I might start doing that some more actually though, just to switch it up a little bit. But I don't really enjoy drawing bodies. They're not fun to me. I'd much rather focus on like a bigger face. I'd much rather focus on the face and have that be much larger so that I can do everything I want to do with it. And I don't really care about drawing bodies. Now with this one, I hadn't used the brown ink this thick before. Usually I water down my inks because I feel like they work better. I feel like they work more like watercolor when they're watered down, and I really like watercolor. But I was trying to go for a darker skin tone, so I decided to not water down the ink. And I don't think it really sunk into the page the way I liked. Or the problem is the ink dries so fast, and when it dries, it's like if you put marker on the page and it dries there. So that mark is there. It's not like watercolor where it dries and then you can kind of soup it up and like do a bunch of things if you put water on top of it. Like once it's there, it's there. So I didn't really like the way the skin turned out. I think it has a lot of variations, and it's not a smooth application is what I'm trying to get at. I don't think the ink turned out as smooth as I would have liked it. But although it didn't turn out the exact way I like it, I still like the drawing. I still like the image, especially because I don't draw guys a lot. So that was kind of fun to do a guy. Usually when I do guys, it's kind of accidentally, like I just draw some type of androgynous person, and then when I'm done, I'm like, huh, that is a guy. I also messed up on the glasses, so nobody clocked me for that, because I know one lens is way bigger than the other lens. That was not on purpose, that was an accident. So I don't think this looks exactly like what KwikDraw 35's picture looks like, but I feel like it's a close resemblance to it. And since I was kind of basing it off of that one and trying to like do it in my own style, or like switch it up a little bit, I felt like I couldn't really just present this and be like, look at this guy I drew, without telling you exactly where it came from. I also rarely draw hoodies, so excuse my floppy hoodie. I feel like I'm just talking about how bad everything is in this, but I do actually like the way it turned out. Even though a lot of it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to exactly. And yes, although I'm saying I based it off of his drawing, I do have a couple embellishments on there. Well, one embellishment actually. I did give him a third eye, because I mean, it's me. Why wouldn't I give him a third eye? Also, his eyes are black, because once again, it's me. So why wouldn't I do black eyes? I know I said I do that a lot, and that it kind of makes me feel like I'm having a little bit of same face syndrome. But the more I look at, the way I draw, the more I realize that it's not really same face syndrome. It's just much more of what my style is. Even though it's a little stagnant, I don't mind. I'm actually really liking doing these like style swaps, even though I'm like the only, It's like half a party, like I'm the only one participating in these style swaps. But I am enjoying it. I might do another YouTuber next week just because I'm having so much fun drawing people that exist in the real world, but in my own style. I was never very good at likeness anyways. My people always turned out, like if I based something off of a picture, it usually looked like the picture, but not like the person it was supposed to be. So I've never been the greatest at likeness, so that's probably something I should work on, getting better at drawing people to look exactly like what it's supposed to. I actually used to base a lot of my drawings off of myself, so they would always look like the picture, but they didn't really look like me exactly. Also, I did not realize that the inks were going to be this reflective, so I probably shouldn't have kept the camera angle at this angle the entire time, basically. So, at least next time I know, don't put the camera at this angle because that ink is bright. I also messed up with the lips because I'm so used to doing girl lips, so I like to add just a tinge of red in there, and then when I did it I realized it wasn't good. I tried to cover over it and put some dark in there and that didn't turn out right, so I ended up just dabbing it all out and making it a lighter brown than what the rest of his face was. I did try to go over and cover all the face marks, like all the places where it's uneven. I did try to go back in and make it an even skin tone, but that didn't work out too great. I also lost like half my footage, like me coloring in my eyes and doing all the highlights because my camera sucks. But you know, you get what you get. So in the end, I don't think it looks exactly like the picture. I think it, if you put them side by side, you can tell that one is referencing off the other. But you know what? I had fun doing it, and that's all that matters, because that's the whole point of doing art, is it not? To have fun. Anyways, this video is all over the place, but I had fun, so oh well, bye.